Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. What if the woman you hate the most turns out to be your family? And the truth that proves could destroy everything. In the twisted world of Fairmont Crest, a shocking revelation about a hidden bloodline connects Leslie Thomas to the powerful Hamilton family, turning a bitter rivalry into something far more dangerous. A full throated, blown family war rooted in betrayal, secrets, and a past that refuses to stay buried. Picture this scene for a second. A quiet, elegant room filled with sunlight, the scents of jasmine mixing with aged bourbon. Normally, the kind of place that feels warm, safe, almost comforting. That's Anita Dupree's sitting room, a place built on legacy, power, and control. But today, that some room feels suffocating. Anita is still there, completely still, like she's trying to hold herself together by force. The morning newspaper lies untouched beside her, forgotten, and across from her sits a woman who feels like a guest and more like a ghost from the past. This isn't just any visitor. Monica is someone whose name has been whispered in the shadows for years. Someone tried to old stories people would rather forget. Someone who knew Barbara Michelle, the mystery, tragic fourth articulate, better than almost anyone. And today, she doesn't come for small talk. Um, she came with the truth. Monica looks at Anita and basically says, "You can sit there pretending all you want, but you already know what this is." And then she drops it. She isn't just about old mistakes or regret. This is about something darker, something rooted in blood. She brings up Barbara, and not in the way people usually do. She doesn't talk about heartbreak or failure. No, she talks about something hidden, something to one wanted to Amir. Barbara was pregnant, and not just by some random guy. You can almost feel Anita's entire body react to that, just a slight tremble, but enough to tell you everything because Anita has already been carrying guilt for years. Guilt over Barbara's death, overstepping into the spotlight she left behind. And then came Leslie Thomas, Barbara's daughter. That alone was a bombshell. A secret had been secretly paying money to make up for the past, turning Leslie, from nothing into someone powerful enough to stand toe to toe with the Duprees. But what Monica says next, that changes everything. Barbara's father was Archer Hamilton. Yeah, that Archer Hamilton. The powerful patriarch, the man whose legacy built on empire. The grandfather is still Hamilton, a name that carries weight, influence, and now something much darker. And suddenly, everything starts connecting in a way that feels almost unreal. Anita tries to deny it. She doesn't want to believe it. She starts listening excuses. He was married, he had responsibilities, he wouldn't do something like that. But Monica doesn't back down. She says it plainly. He was powerful. He took what he handed. Barbara was vulnerable, talented, desperate, and he used her. Then, when she became a problem, he discarded her just like that. Except one difference, Dante rejected her publicly. Archer, he did it quietly in the shadows. And that's what makes it worse. Anita stands up, clearly shaken, because now this isn't just about guilt anymore. This is about a connection that rewrites everything. Leslie Thomas, the one who stormed into their lives, who declared war on the Duprees, isn't just an outsider anymore. She's firm. She's not just connected to Anisha through guilt, but tied directly to the humiliation by blood. Which means Bill Hamilton, that's her nephew. his children. They shared blood with her, and just like that, what used to be rivalry becomes something far more dangerous. The family feud now cut to another sense scene. Inside the offices of Hamilton and Associates, Bim Hamilton is sitting behind his desk, staring at a report like a just signed someone's fate. He doesn't come. He's not thinking strategically. He's angry, but controlled. And instead of calling Vernon Dupree like usual, he calls Leslie. She calls in confidently because dressed perfectly, carrying the some bold energy. He'll look a, carrying the same blood energy she always has. She's suspicious but also amused. So thinks this is just another move in their ongoing conflict. But Bill doesn't play along. No small talks, no drinks, nothing. He slides a photograph across the desk. Old, worn, but clear. Barbara Mitchell, pregnant, standing beside a man who looks exactly like him, Archer Hamilton. And then Bill says something that completely flips the room upside down. Sit down, Aunt Leslie. The word aunt hit like a punt. Leslie freezes. Something Leslie freezes. You can actually imagine her expression shifting in real time. She picks up the photo, staring at it like she's trying to force it to make sense. Bill lays it out, calm, cold, direct. That man, his grandfather, also her father, and suddenly chaos Leslie has been causing. It takes on a whole new meaning. Because now it's not just revenge, it's generational damage coming full circle. For the first time since she arrived, Leslie doesn't have a comeback. No sarcasm, no attitude, just silence. Confusion, anger, rain, pain. She tries to deny it. Of course, call it a lie. But Bill doesn't flinch. Tells her the truth has already been confirmation. And here's the twist what really hits Anita was the one who made sure he knew Anita. The same woman Leslie had been targeting. The same women she wanted to tear down. Instead of destroying her, Anita chose to tell the truth, and that breaks something inside Leslie. Because for the first time, she's not the villain in control. She's not practicing him during. She's just a girl who grew up without knowing who her father was. A girl who now realizes her entirely life, her anger, her revenge, it's all tied to a family that rejected her before she was even born. And suddenly, all that power she built, it doesn't feel the same anymore. This revelation completely transforms the story. What started as a battle between two families is now something much deeper. A conflict rooted in shared blood and generational betrayal. It also exposes something important. Power doesn't erase consequences. Archer Hamilton may be gone, but his reactions are still shaping lives year after. And for Lydia, this changes her identity. She's no longer just an outsider fighting her way in, she's someone who was always part of the story, just hidden. That makes everything more complicated because now, every move she makes, she affects her own family. Honestly, this twist is incredible because it doesn't just shock you, it defines everything suddenly. You start looking at every past interaction differently, every argument. It all hits harder. And Leslie, this might be her most powerful moment, not when she's strong, but when she's vulnerable and when all that confidence cracks and you finally see the person underneath. And Anita, that decision to tell the truth, that says a lot about her character. But at the same time, I can't help thinking this is only going to make things worse before it gets better. So now the question is what happens next? Will Leslie accept the truth or will it push her even farther into revenge? How will Bandle of the truth fear that the women he's been fighting is actually family. And what does this mean for the future of both the Dupres and the Hamiltons? Most importantly, can a family survive a secret like this? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned because if this is the truth coming out now, imagine what's still don't forget imagine what's still waiting to be revealed.